public live stream. I've done live streams with the Patreon crew, but never with you guys. I'm getting the car ready for Magic City Octane, and I've already washed it once, but I just wanted to kind of go over it again. I've been in the description after this thing is over. But I'm using actually pretty good foam. It's Chemical Guys Honeydew foam. So I'm going to figure out if it's the foam that matters or the can that matters. Either way, though, I'm just going to be cleaning this thing down and getting it ready for the show. If you guys are coming to Magic City Octane show, I'm so excited to see you there. I'm going to be leaving my house at like 7:45 tomorrow morning, which should put me getting to the show like right at 9. So if you're there early, you'll see me. I'm going to be coming with a few of my friends from here that are also subscribers. So I'm pretty excited about that. We're going to have kind of a crew rolling with us, and it's going to be really fun. I actually found out my boys are coming too, so you'll get to meet them if you get to come. It's going to be great. If you can't come, I'm planning on doing this again, hopefully somewhere kind of in a different location to reach more people. I really want to meet you guys. I'm really excited about meeting you guys. But anyway, that's it for that. Got my pressure washer set up over here. I'm going to go set this thing up real quick, and then we'll spray the car. Before I close this trunk, or I guess the deck lid, I want to show you guys this. I've had a lot of people asking me about engine upgrades. I've talked about this in a couple videos, but yeah, MR Tuesday Friday edition. We're just doing MR Tuesday every day. Every day's MR Tuesday. I'm glad you guys are here. Hey, check this out. So I'm going to go over some engine upgrades with you guys. And oh, what's up? From Brazil. Very nice. We spell that with a Z. I'm going to go over this real quick, kind of what I've had done, because a lot of people are asking me what I'm going to do engine-wise. It basically has everything you can bolt on. So we'll start from the intake and just work our way through the motor. So it's got a K&N intake All right. Yeah. What'd you see? I saw in the comments, and I'll catch you up. We're looking at. Nope. Rip, Vegas strong, rip team. I feel bad for his internet struggling like this. Let's do this. So obviously I'm having some internet issues. Okay. I think we're good. Hey, it's back. All right, cool. Let's see. We should be good to go now. I was on my house internet, which I didn't realize. And so that's why it cut out on you guys. I'm going to go back over here. Yeah, it's definitely not 2:34 a.m. All right, we'll go back over here. I'm going to run through this real quick again. This time, I'm going to watch the camera to make sure it doesn't shut off. So we've got on this car for performance, we've got a K&N intake that runs through to a TD06 turbo, then to the HKS super sequential blow-off valve, to a Greddy intercooler. I'm pretty sure it's Greddy. I haven't taken it out to look. Back into the engine, we have 500cc turbo or Supra injectors in there, and Walbro 250 fuel pump, and then Chico Raceworks CV joint, like a CV joint rebuild kit. It's supposed to be good for like 400 horsepower, according to Chico, so it should be fine. According to the internet, which, you know, it's the internet, but this is supposed to be good for like a little over 300 horsepower, maybe mid 300s. Right now, it's not making that at all. I have an Innovate wideband that's not working because the power is wrong. The wiring, I don't know if you guys can see this on camera, but this was the wiring that was done, and it was done before I got the car. And it's just really weak, and so it says that it's not getting enough power, and as a result the gauge just reads like 7 all the time. So once I get that working, I'll be able to run it on 17 pounds instead of the like 8 or 9 that I'm running right now off of the wastegate. So hopefully that will work and be really fast. Eventually, I want to do a standalone. So hopefully within the next year, I'll do a standalone, and that'll make the car run really well. So we're gonna move back over here. I'm gonna go ahead and start washing the car. As far as horsepower goes, some of you guys are asking what the horsepower is. I don't know. I haven't had this car on a dyno. The butt dyno tells me like 250 maybe on 8 pounds, but I have no clue. So there's supposed to be a pretty good MR2 tuner in Alabama somewhere. So I'm hoping that I can find him and get him to dyno the car for me. And then also whatever tune that he is comfortable with, whatever tune he's like the most comfortable with is the one that I'm gonna, or not tune, but standalone system that he's comfortable with is the one I'm gonna run in this car and let him tune it to really try to make some power. I have a speed shop locally that it should be good up to 400 horsepower. So I don't know. I don't know if it'll do 400 or not. If I can get over 300, I think that's a ridiculously good number for this car. So that's kind of my goal. But I do hope to go standalone within the next year. So if that's the case, then I'll be pumped. I'd be really stoked about that. I don't really care about power, though. I drive this every day, so I just want to be really fun to drive. All right, so let me check, make sure we're still good. We're still streaming. All right. Okay, I want to answer some of these questions real quick. Instead of donating cards, you can have subscribers ship their cars to you. So I actually would love to do subscriber cars. Right now, I because of my full-time job, I can't like project the amount of time it takes me to build. So I do work full-time. I work in the afternoons. I work like a second shift job, and so I work on the cars in the mornings, and then edit at night, and then go to work, obviously in the afternoons. So I've thought about doing subscriber cars. I honestly eventually would love to do that because right now, like, it costs so much money just to get started because you have to buy the car, right? So if I could take that out of the equation, it'd be a lot easier to do this whole donating thing. So maybe that'll be something I do in the future. I'm actually working with one of our subscribers on a car that he's got, and we've talked back and forth about me coming and helping him do his build. So that's kind of me testing the waters out and seeing. When I go into this, my plan for you guys that don't know or haven't heard this yet, I want to do this full time. Like, that is my goal. That's why I'm working so hard. That's why I'm producing so many videos, literally producing as many videos as I can right now, because I want to do YouTube full time. I want to work on cars full time. And when I get to that point, it will be more feasible for me to get people's cars, because I could turn a build around in like a month or two rather than, maybe like 4 or 5. So that's the goal. But yeah, I do want to do that. That's a great idea. Maybe if you're interested in getting your car done, let me know, and we'll figure something out. Let's see. Yeah, let's get this thing going. So what I'm gonna do, I'll pressure wash this thing. You guys throw some questions in. After I get done foaming it, and I'm gonna let the foam sit for a little bit, I'll answer some of your questions. right, so overall pretty good. Not as thick as I've seen, but you know, it'll work. So I'm gonna let that sit. Let me check some of these questions out. Let's see. Is the stream down again? Going back up, going back up. Okay, back to the beginning. All right, cool. Hey, so if any of you guys have questions, go ahead and throw them my way. I'm letting these sit. What's up? What's up, Luke? What's up, Win? Glad you guys are here. Let's see. So as far as the front end goes, somebody asked about a splitter. Yes, I would love to do a like a front splitter and canard combo, however you say that word, on the front. Let me show you. So what I'd love to do is run kind of like the Rocket Bunny V2 kit for the BRZ or FRS or GT86, depending on where you live. But run a canard right through here all the way to that other body line up here, kind of in the front of the bumper. Run it all the way up that way, and then run it to a splitter on the front with some support rods. I think it'd be really cool. And then in the back, I want to do a spoiler, a different spoiler, but I don't know which one. Something similar to the TRD. I really like it. But that's all kind of V2 stuff. That's kind of stuff that I'm going to do later. So if I find a good way to make canards, if any of you guys know how, that'd be really good. But just to be able to make like a custom one that is big and like kind of could go right here, and then maybe some for the back too, that would be canards. Is that you telling me how to pronounce it? That's funny. Yeah, I think it'd be really sick. And then on the back, I'd like to do kind of the same deal, the V2 canards. Canard. Gosh, I feel like I'm saying that absolutely wrong. So the thing about the FD RX-7 is, one, it's expensive, so that's a kind of a thing. I don't know, I haven't talked really about this in any of my videos. I talk about it in one coming up, but I build on like a really, really tight budget. So for example, the entire wide body process for the MR2, the fenders, the fiberglass that I used, the side skirts, the front lip, the wheels and tires, everything that I did for the wide body cost me, let's see, $1,100. So not that much money. And that's actually me kind of guessing high. That's with saying my products or my tools for fiberglassing cost $300, which it probably costs about $150, but I'll aim high. So, you know, in this car, I'm in this car for $7,600 so far. And with the Audi, it's kind of the same story. The Audi's actually gonna have a higher budget for parts because you guys are awesome and you keep subscribing and watching my videos, so I'm able to kind of bump the budget up a little bit. But even all in, I think the Audi's gonna come in at like $6 or $7 grand. So when you look at FDRX7s, like the cheapest one you find, like non-running example, is like $6 grand. So I can build an entire car for the price of an FD. That's the first problem that I have with them. Second problem is everybody's building FDs right now. Like TJ Hunt's building an FD, B is for Build is building an FD. Hurt is building an FD from Hoonigan. So like there's FDs everywhere, and I really like building kind of obscure cars. So like if I see another guy with a wide body MR2, we're instantly friends because we know we think the same. And same with the Audis and things like that. So I'll probably keep doing some obscure stuff. Thought about 350Zs, and I thought about 240Zs, but those are also really big right now. So B is for Build is building a 240Z, and like everybody and their mom's building a 240Z right now. So I actually know of one down the street from me that I really want, but it's I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. So we'll see about that. S2000s aren't everywhere. That's actually a really good point. I love the S2K. I think they're a really cool car, and I had a friend with one in high school that it was just awesome. I love driving it. I'm sure the quality's terrible, guys. I'm sorry. I'm on data right now. So this is my first live stream, like public. So let me know what I can do better, specifically in like comments, because that'll help me kind of figure out how to make this stuff better. AE86, I would love to do those. Those are really hard to find in the States. We don't get Fiats here. Thanks, man. Yeah, and that's the point, man. I want to bring people that don't really know about cars but love building and creating things to the car culture, because car culture is really awesome, and cars are like a really cool canvas for building stuff. All right, I'm going to rinse this thing off, and then I'll answer more questions. Keep them coming. Keep the oh, cool. Thanks, man. Keep the questions coming. Keep the comments coming. Keep the ideas for builds coming, and I'll be right back after this. Make sure. Okay, we're still there. Still in it. We're good. Right. All right, cool. So, car's clean. I'm going to answer a few more questions and be done. This is totally impromptu. I just wanted to see if any of you guys would watch if I did live stream. So we may do this more when I'm doing some interesting stuff that's kind of fast-paced. Let's see. Celica. I'm not going to do a Celica. Sorry. Cressida, FRS. Another Cressida. Maybe I need to look into Cressidas. Old Nissan. You're close. I would love to do like a 70s Nissan or Datsun here in the States, but anything 70s would be awesome. All right, so as far as the MR2 goes, I've got a bunch of body mods I want to do to it, but I'm kind of waiting because I have to decide if I want to leave it red or not. I love red MR2s. I wasn't going to tell you guys this, but I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to tell you, and you guys can kind of think. But I love red MR2s. I think the MR2 looks great red, but my favorite color in like the car world right now is Grigio Medio Gray. It's a Ferrari color. If you don't know what it is, go Google it. It is very cool. It's like a flat gray kind of color, and it's awesome. Like, I really love it. And so my thoughts for this car is I would love to do it in that color, but I also love it in red. So I don't know if that means like gray outside, gray exterior, red interior, or what, but that's kind of my thought right now is I have to decide if I'm going to do that, if I'm going to leave it red. Do I like Koenigsegg's? Yes, of course. Paint it all caps, yeah. Yeah, it's definitely going to get a full paint job because it just needs it. The paint is definitely old, but I don't know. We'll see. That's kind of down the road. I got to get this Audi done before I do that. The Audi will have a new video coming out. I just got some very awesome, very awesome package recently, and I'm going to be putting that into the Audi. It'll be like the first bolt-on parts to go on this car in a very long time. So I'm very excited about that. I also just ordered my wheels. So that video is coming out very soon. They are going to be nuts. Like they are going to be, they're going to be really, really crazy. They will definitely be some of the most unique wheels put on an Audi in a good way. And they are being made specifically for this car. So I'm very stoked about that. That video will be coming. It'll probably be like 2 or 3 weeks because they're literally having to make them. But it's going to be awesome. I'm very stoked to have some custom wheels. Are you going to make a Euro license plate holder? I don't know. For the Audi, I don't know. Paint it and do the interior also. The interior is definitely getting done. If it stays red, the interior will go like a tan color or like a saddle color, kind of brownish color. If it goes gray, the interior will probably go red. That's kind of the plan. How much horsepower is the MR2? I don't know. I haven't had it on a dyno yet. I plan on getting on a dyno in the next like year or so when I go standalone. I can't tell you if they're multi-piece wheels. You'll have to watch the video. It's coming. But I can't tell you. I'll tell you on the video what they are, and you're going to dig them. I mean, they are very sick. So, yeah, they're cool. But I'm not going to tell you. There's got to be some suspense in the channel, you know? Snorkels in the MR2, I've actually been thinking about doing one similar to, if you Google Marlboro MR2, there's a guy, I actually follow him on Instagram, but I can't remember his name, or I give him a shout out, but he built a wide body MR2, and it's got a roof scoop on it that feeds down into the engine, and it's very cool. So I've thought about doing that. It'd be a custom piece. I don't really like the aftermarket snorkels. I don't really like the way they look, so I won't do those, but I've thought about doing something similar to that. Anyway, so I'm gonna finish up getting ready for the meet. If you guys are coming, I cannot wait to see you there. If you can't make it, no worries. I'll do another one, and we'll go further north or further west, one or the other. Try to meet up with you guys. And I'm also going to be delivering the Audi when it's done. So if somebody wins it kind of far away, I don't mind driving across country. So I will be delivering that. And so whenever that comes around, I'll try to set up some meets kind of on my trip so I can meet some of you guys that are across the states. As far as overseas goes, we're not there yet, but one day, I hope. Anyway, you guys are awesome. I'm going to go finish getting ready for this meet. I've got to pack some stuff up, pack up some shirts, some stickers, some things like that, and get a cooler ready and get some chairs and all kinds of cool stuff. Thank you for joining this live stream. We will do another one soon. If you have any suggestions to make the live stream better or of things we could live stream about, let me know. I will leave you with one last thing that some of you perceptive guys may have noticed. All right. That's all you're getting. There will be a video soon explaining what that is. See ya.